Former NFL star Antonio Brown was extradited from Dubai and arrested on a second-degree attempted murder charge. I'm going to break everything down for you guys. This is a crazy story. It stems from an incident that happened allegedly in May of 2025 outside of a celebrity boxing event in Florida. And I'm going to play a news clip first because I found this local news clip to be very, very helpful in breaking down exactly what's going on with Brown, because many people don't realize that he was extradited and he was brought to New Jersey. And apparently, as of yesterday, he's still in a jail in New Jersey waiting to be brought back to Florida. I also have the arrest affidavit. I will go over that as well. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to Los Angeles Magazine. I'm Lauren Conlin, and this is your daily pop culture, scandals, and crime news. All right, let's pull up this local news clip. Again, I found it to be very, very helpful in understanding what exactly is happening. And I mean, local news outlets, and I believe when I was Googling, I did see some national news outlets like TMZ first report on what happened back in May. But admittedly, I didn't hear about this. I'm not a huge sports person. I admit I'm kind of like a Barbie, basically empty in the head when it comes to sports, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But all right, let's play this. And as usual, if you hear me talking over this or pausing it, I apologize. You know why.
NFL star Antonio Brown will be sent back to Miami from Dubai to face trial after a shooting that happened back in June.
Police say it all started when Brown falsely accused a man of stealing millions of dollars worth of jewelry from him. Local 10 Samir Nefsi is live to break it all down for us. Samir?
And Nicole and Calvin, my sources confirming the former NFL player was extradited from Dubai to New Jersey, where he's waiting to be brought back here to South Florida to face some pretty serious charges. We told you about this incident months ago. Brown facing charges of attempted second-degree murder in an incident that was nearly all captured on a live stream. In a black and light green pullover, former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown now behind bars.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. It's almost like he's trying to do a different voice. His voice is great. He doesn't have to do anything. Maybe it's me that just picked up on that. But this guy's really good. I'm kind of like, you don't have to do that. Anyway.
Essex County, New Jersey. The 37-year-old has been evading South Florida authorities for nearly 6 months, wanted for attempted second-degree murder. Back in May of this year, Brown accused of firing off a number of rounds at an alleged underground Little Haiti boxing match.
Watch out, watch out! Hey, watch out! Back up, pump! Pump, back up!
Yeah.
The former Bucks and Steelers player cuffed that night, but not arrested. Video from the incident shows AB holding what appears to be a black pistol, chasing after someone just before these shots are heard. Brown later posting to social media he was jumped by multiple people who tried to steal his jewelry and cause him harm.
Back up, pump! Pump, back up!
In June, a warrant was issued for his arrest related to the crime, which outlines the 37-year-old as the aggressor. However, his attorney brokered a bond for $10,000 that included house arrest, but Brown never returned.
Okay.
All right, so the warrant issued by Miami police disputing what Antonio
See, his voice is so good there. Sorry.
Brown told investigators, or at least published to social media, that he was under attack. Again, the warrant outlining him as the aggressor in that incident, going after that man, but leading up to that, claiming he actually walked up to the man he was chasing after and punched him. Of course, Brown, again in Essex County, New Jersey, expected to be brought back here to South Florida to face those charges. And Miami PD are expected to release additional information later today. That's the very latest. We're live in Miami. I'm Samir FC, Local 10 News.
And now to more.
Sorry. Okay. I'm also going to switch to Twitter for a minute. You know what? Yeah, I'll switch to Twitter in a minute. But I'll pull it down because I want to just go over some things. So this is really interesting. It's been kind of hard to figure out what's been going on by just reading these headlines. But essentially, Antonio Brown, at this point, he is like I am innocent. And he is tweeting and he's posting on social media. And I kind of want to be like, hey, I feel like you are a lawyer's worst nightmare right now. Somebody should tell him that he does have the right to remain silent. He will have his day. I just feel like maybe now is not the time. However, I understand if you feel like you are being slandered, you want to speak out, totally get it. So he had tweeted in June of 2025 about this the victim, alleged victim. Let's call him an alleged victim, because there was some media surrounding what happened. It was the New York Post that had posted about him, allegedly pulling a gun on this guy, getting in a fight with him, and Antonio Brown wanted to clear the air here. So this was part of my tweet. And I had copied and pasted his tweet for the piece that I wrote for LA Mag. But in June of 2025, he said, that guy, and you know what? I can tell you that guy's name. It's a tough name to pronounce, but he is the alleged victim here. Let me tell you his name. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it's Nambatu. Nam Tambu. I'm so sorry. Zulquanian Kwame Nantambu. So they refer to him as Mr. Nantambu in the affidavit. But yeah, I'm not even going to try to say his name again. Okay, sorry. Anyway, that guy, Nantambu, is a fraud, liar, stalker, and criminal. He was arrested in 2022 for stealing 6 figures of jewelry from me. He then showed up at my show at Rolling Loud in 2023 trying to assault me. Then in May, he snuck into a gate at the event and came right up to me trying to steal from me and threaten my life. Media hasn't told this story yet, instead painting a false picture of me. That night, I was fighting for my life with his intentions. Okay. I'm pulling up right now the affidavit. And again, this is just it seems to be a very different story than what the media is kind of painting. But in the affidavit, it was alleged that this fight broke out and that Antonio Brown grabbed the gun of a security guard and then, pointed it at whatever his name is. I'm so sorry, you guys. And when police got to the scene, they didn't find a victim. They just found 2 shell casings from this gun. But I feel like a big witness in this case is going to be that security guard. Who is this guy? So just pulling the affidavit back up for a second. Okay. So on Friday, May 16th at approximately 11:56 p.m., Miami police officers were dispatched, and I'm not going to go over all this. I'm just going to kind of go through the important points, to 221 Northeast 67th Street, referencing shots fired in the area. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the Florida Highway Patrol, blah, blah, blah. Officers encountered a male later identified as Antonio Tavares Brown, referred to as Mr. Brown, who had already been detained by the Florida Highway Patrol. He was detained that night, not arrested. That's important to note. He even says that. They stated while working inside of the event, a patrol lieutenant, badge number XYZ, stated while working inside the event, he was approached by several individuals who reported hearing gunshots outside. He exited the building, and then he observed Mr. Brown engaged with a physical altercation with an unidentified male who we know now to be Mr. N. Let's call him that, Mr. N. Okay. I'm skipping through here. Although no at the time of detention and when he was detained, Mr. Brown was not armed. That's important. Although no victims were found on the scene, officers located 2 spent shell casings and an empty firearm holster outside of 221 Northeast 67th Street. The firearm holster is a right-handed holster and had the retaining clip ripped off. These items were later collected, submitted to MPD, that's Miami Police Department, and used for or property as evidence for further testing. Due to the absence of the victims at the times, Brown was released. So now this is when they got the video footage. They said they were made aware there was witnesses or video footage. So an initial review of surveillance cameras with a view of an enclosed parking lot that revealed a physical altercation that occurred that we saw prior to the shooting on the sidewalk. So one of the individuals was identified as Mr. Brown, what he's wearing. The second individual was Mr. N, who was wearing a dark long sleeve colored top with a gold stripe across the chest. And they see that Mr. Brown struck him with a closed fist and a fight ensued. Several other individuals began attacking Mr. N, escalating the situation to 3 against 1. The fight continued briefly until security staff members, including Eric Bauer, intervened. Mr. N was then seen walking away from Mr. Brown and exiting the enclosed parking area. Mr. Brown was observed struggling with Mr. Bauer around and behind a parked white SUV. As Mr. Brown and Mr. Bauer get to the driver's side of the SUV, Mr. Brown begins to grab and pull on the right hip of Mr. Bauer. Mr. Brown appears to retrieve a firearm from the right hip of Mr. Bauer. At this point, holding the firearm with his left hand, he started to run out of the enclosed parking lot in the same direction that his alleged victim exited. Cell phone footage obtained from social media showed Brown with the firearm in his hand advancing towards Mr. N out on the sidewalk. The video captures 2 shots which occur as Mr. Brown is within several feet of Mr. N, and the video also captures Mr. N ducking after the first shot is in his hand. Okay, that's all I'm going to get to for now. It's on video. It appears that this guy was walking away and Brown ran after him. There clearly is a history there. Antonio Brown is making that very clear, but he's also, he won't stop tweeting as well. And he won't stop, talking about this. So last thing I'll say before we end today's stream, because I feel like by Monday, I'm going to have a lot more information for you guys. I'm going to share this tab and bring it back up. But this is his tweet after he maybe got to New Jersey and he was arrested. He said, handed over the keys to my socials and CTESPN to my team while I go through this fight for my innocence. Happy to showcase love and entertainment. All love and respect to everyone for the support. Cool. Stop tweeting. Literally stop tweeting. That's that. Not a lawyer. That's the advice I would give. But we will be following the story here at LA Mag. So don't worry. You can go to lamag.com for the initial story when the news broke, and I'll be making an update today. All right, everyone. I'm Lauren Conlin. Thanks again for listening and watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back Monday with more pop culture news, crime, and scandals.